Hello, hello, hello. All right, so let's talk about something that might sting a little. YouTube is not meant to be fun. I know, you're probably thinking, wait, what? Isn't the whole point of creating content to have fun? Sure, that's how a lot of people start, and maybe you're one of them. But let's be real. If your goal is to actually grow on YouTube, fun isn't gonna cut it. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the process, but if your whole plan is just to have fun without structure or purpose, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Because having fun often has no goal, no direction, and nothing to aim for. And YouTube, it thrives on purpose, consistency, and strategy. Alright, so in this video, we're gonna unpack this idea of doing YouTube for fun, break down why fun isn't enough, and what you can do instead to grow and actually enjoy the process without losing your mind. But before I start, I just want to apologize in advance if this is going to offend you in any way, especially if you're doing YouTube for fun. This is a personal opinion and something I've gathered over the years. So if you feel like this video is starting to piss you off, go watch Mr. Beast videos or something. Okay, let's start with the most obvious one. Fun is aimless. It's about doing things for the sake of it with no clear destination in mind. And sure, that's fine if you're treating YouTube as a casual hobby. But if you're here to grow a channel, build an audience, or turn this into something bigger, you need goals. Think of it this way. Imagine playing a game with no score, no levels, and no win conditions. It might be entertaining for a while, but eventually it feels pointless. That's what happens when you approach YouTube without a goal. You're creating content with no real strategy, no way to measure progress, and no way to refine what you're doing. Goals give your channel structure. They keep you focused and help you track your progress. Maybe your goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers in a year, or to improve your average watch time by 10%. Whatever it is, having a target gives you something to aim for, and suddenly your efforts have purpose. And if there's one thing you need to understand about YouTube, it's this. The algorithm is not here to have fun with you. It doesn't care how much you enjoyed making a video or how much effort you put in. The algorithm is focused on one thing: keeping viewers on the platform as long as possible. Harsh, I know, but that's reality. Fun videos are often self-indulgent. You might think that montage of your dog chasing a frisbee is hilarious, but if it doesn't provide value to your audience, they'll scroll right past it. Alright, that's probably a bad example. Who doesn't like dog videos, am I right? But when viewers leave your video early, YouTube takes note. Your content gets deprioritized, and it becomes harder for your videos to reach new people. I don't have proof of that, but that's what I gathered from my research. What I do agree though is the algorithm does reward value, whether it's through entertainment, education, or inspiration. Your videos need to deliver something that keeps viewers engaged. So while having fun in the process is great, it can't be the driving force behind your content if you're serious about growing your YouTube channel. And let's be honest here for a second. Creating on YouTube is a skill. From scripting to filming to editing and understanding analytics, there's a lot to learn, and the best creators treat this like a craft. But learning isn't always fun, am I right? Spending hours tweaking your audio settings, refining your thumbnails, or figuring out why your lighting looks off isn't exactly fun times. It's frustrating, it's time consuming, and often feels like trial and error. But it's necessary. Every skill you build makes you a better creator, gives you more control over the quality of your content, and makes the entire process more efficient. And the irony? Once you've put in the work to develop these skills, the process actually becomes more enjoyable. But you have to push through the not so fun parts first. So consistency is necessary too. Speaking of consistency, it is the backbone of any successful YouTube channel. It signals to your audience and the algorithm that you're committed and dependable. But fun fun is unpredictable. When you rely on fun as your motivator, you're at the mercy of your mood. Maybe you feel inspired this week and knock out a killer video. But next week, you're tired, uninspired, or just not feeling it. Suddenly, your upload schedule falls apart and your growth stalls. Consistency requires discipline. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. And the beauty of consistency is that it builds momentum. The more you show up, the more your audience learns to trust you, and the easier it becomes to stay motivated even on the hard days. Here's another one no one wants to admit. YouTube is a job. Even if you're not doing this full-time, growing a channel requires work. Strategic, intentional, and often unglamorous work. It's about planning your content, analyzing your metrics, and constantly looking for ways to improve. It's about doing the boring stuff like optimization or tweaking your editing style to make sure your videos get seen. None of this is fun in the traditional sense, but it's what separates casual creators from those who actually grow. And just like any job, there will be days when it feels like a grind. But the payoff? When you see your channel grow, connect with your audience, and start reaching your goals, that's when the work starts to feel worth it. Okay, let's shift the focus for a second. YouTube isn't about you, it's about your audience. Every successful creator understands this. When you create purely for fun, you're often thinking about what makes you happy, but your audience is tuning in because they want something, whether that's entertainment, knowledge, or a sense of connection. If your idea of fun doesn't align with what your audience is looking for, they will click away. The most impactful creators strike a balance between their passion and their audience's needs. They find ways to make their content enjoyable to create, but they also always prioritize delivering value. And when you put your audience first, the rewards comes naturally through engagement, loyalty, and growth. On top of that, if you're too focused on having fun, you might be sabotaging your own growth. Why? Because fun can make you complacent. When you're having a good time, it's easy to overlook the areas where you need to improve. You might ignore your analytics, you might skip researching your niche, or you might brush off feedback because, hey, you're just doing this for fun, right? But growth requires reflection and adjustment. It means stepping out of your comfort zone and doing the things that aren't necessarily enjoyable, but are absolutely necessary. The truth is, growth isn't always fun. It's challenging, messy, and sometimes frustrating. But it's also incredibly rewarding. And the sooner you let go of the idea that YouTube should always be fun, the sooner you will start seeing real progress. Now, I know I'm being really negative, but let me tell you something positive. YouTube can be fun, but the real fun comes after you have put in the work. When you have built an engaged audience, when you're seeing steady growth, and when you have mastered your process, that's where creating starts to feel a little bit effortless. The fun comes from knowing your videos are making an impact, from connecting with your audience, and from seeing your hard work pay off. It's the kind of fun that's sustainable. It has a purpose, it has progress, and not just fleeting enjoyment. So while the journey might not always feel like a party, the destination is absolutely worth it. So that's why I think YouTube isn't meant to be fun. But honestly, I think it's actually a good thing. If you can shift your mindset, embrace the work, and focus on delivering value, you'll find a deeper sense of fulfillment than just for fun could ever give you. Alright, that's all I have in this video. I honestly believe that there are many other things out there that we can do for fun, like spending time with friends and family. If your background is in creativity and art and video, then yeah, sure, do it for fun to showcase your work if that makes you happy. But for the majority of those who are on YouTube doing it for fun and wants the channel to grow as well, then fun is not going to cut it. You need to be serious.